It's going.
Great. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on this Friday night. I'm going to switch my view so I can see everybody. Perfect. We are just going to share a little bit about how to finish this month strong and set the foundation for the next year. I haven't had a chance to talk to Andrea about how we're doing this, but the way I did my part of it, I just kind of came up with a couple things I wanted to share and then 10 tips that I wanted to share with you on how you can make January count and really the foundation for taking off the rest of the year. So I feel like in general on our team, the last week has been kind of a put your guard down and get ready for 2015. So I want this next week to be a put your guard up and be ready to run in the next year because I sense a huge momentum shift coming with everything that's going on. So this is a combined call for Desert Stars and Team Metamorphosis. And I am going to just start off by, I have an assignment for everybody on my team. And I want at the end of this call for you guys to write your goals out because I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't know if you're writing them, you just have to take a picture and show me. That's all I care about. But I do mine every Sunday, no matter what, because I always have quiet time on Sunday. So it's a good day for me. You can do them any day you want. But I would like to see you write them for sure. And one thing Andrea and I had talked about was changing our focus to more positive goals that we have control of. So we were chatting, I think it was a little over a week ago, about how we want to focus in on this new year. And we kind of came up with this concept of instead of like making our goal, we're going to hit SC10 or SC5, which honestly, we don't really have control of that. We can try and we often succeed, but to have a clear-cut goal that you can absolutely control yourself, that's where we want to try to focus our goals in this year. So instead of saying I want to hit SC5, we want to try to shape those goals to be I will talk to 30 people this week or 50 people this week or 100 people this month. Whatever you think that goal is going to take. If you talk to 100 people, you're probably going to hit SC5. So that goal is just going to happen. So that's where we want kind of the goal focus to come for the rest, probably for the entire year. We're going to see how it goes, but I see it just being amazing and fantastic because if you focus your life on the positive things happen. So the two goals that I want to see on everybody's goal list this week that you post is going to be that you will talk to a blank number of people this week and fill in the blank. So I'm going to leave that up to you. Think about what you want to accomplish business-wise this week and then base that number on those people. And then keep in mind, that is a goal that you absolutely control. It doesn't matter who says yes. It doesn't matter who says no. It matters that you're talking to those people. I hope you can't hear my kids screaming in the background. I have my door shut and everything. It's crazy. And the other thing is I want one of your goals to be I will share the business opportunity with this many people each week and fill in that blank. Those are two specific things I want to track for everybody. How many people you talk to about challenge groups and how many people you talk to about the business opportunity. So you're going to see me kind of take the focus off of signing discount coaches in 2015 and just focus on signing people up the way they want to be signed up. If somebody doesn't want to be a coach, then I'm going to focus on putting them in as a customer until they're ready to be a coach. I will obviously offer that opportunity at the beginning, but I'm not going to go to through a lot of energy to explain exactly what it means and convince them to go that route. So you'll see that shift happening on our team a little bit. So 10 goals for January that you control. That's what I want to see posted by Saturday night. I'll give you guys 24 hours. Should be totally doable. Okay. So Andrea, is there anything you wanted to add at this point?
Sure. So just to branch off, when we were taught, it was just like a little aha moment went off for myself. And so what happens for me when I'm using the bat and I'm very serious about using that to track my business is it's very easy. I think it's the way my brain is arranged to get overwhelmed with trying to decide how many invites and how many shares and how many follow-ups, and it just becomes all categorized, and then I get overwhelmed and I'm like, ah. So I remember Keith Callahan, which is Nicole, my coach Nicole's coach Keith, who has had a lot of success in this business. He talks about the thing that really matters is how many times you're getting a third-party tool in the hands of the people that you're talking to. A third-party tool can be a Shakeology sample. It can be a video clip that you send out. It can be just some information. So if you're going to track anything, that's what you're going to track. And so for every, say, 5 of those you give out, and it's actually, like they're asking for the information. You're not just running up and going, hey, it's actually, hey, the conversation goes into a way where they're actually like, yes, I'd like to hear more about what this is. And you say, hey, do you have time to watch a quick 2-minute video? And they're like, yes, I'd love to. And then you send them that quick 2-minute video. Start tracking that. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about how many people it takes you to get to those people that say yes. Start tracking how many shares you have and find that conversion rate for you. So say you share 5 times and then somebody signs up for a challenge pack. Okay, so then you have that 5-to-1 ratio. Then you can start setting some goals for how many times are you going to have to share that in order to get a challenge pack to hit Success Club. Okay, so it's just doing the math. And in the beginning, when you're just practicing and you're new, you're going to do it more. You're going to have to share more times. And then as you perfect and you practice and you get the wording right and those types of things, you will shorten that up. And so it is Jim Rohn, who talks about that. It's just about ambition. Whoever has that desire and that drive, and that's why Cindy and I are doing a call on Friday night after Christmas, is because we are so fired up for this coming year that whoever has that drive to just get in front of more people. We do not have any more skill. The top coaches in Beachbody, the ones that are on the leaderboard, they have no more talent, no more skill than any of the rest of us. What they figured out is how to get in front of more people. That is the only factor. And so if that is personal development that you need to be doing to get you there, it's just, there's so many variables for us. If we don't know enough people and we need personal development to learn how to meet people, if we don't know what the wording is, those types of things, that's where you can dive into personal development, find the books, ask us questions, let us do those 3-way calls. All you got to do, we can be a third-party tool. That counts. You get us on the phone with people, we're going to help you get those sales. We're going to help you get those challenge packs. The other thing, when she talked about laying off of the discount coaches, that is, so we start thinking about how does our person, what are their needs? How do they need to be signed up? Is that somebody that you can absolutely, them very well? It's your mom. She loves Shakeology. She's going to drink it for the next 6 months. You have no doubt in her mind. You need to save her that $25. She needs to be a discount coach. That's fine. You met somebody in Safeway and you just kind of hit it off and they sign up for a random challenge pack, they can be a customer because you don't know them that well. So it really does just depend on that. And then you can start looking at yourself as a consultant rather than, this pusher of product. I recommend you do this. Here's 3 choices. Which one works better for you? So you just become a consultant. So that's what I came up with in what you were saying, Cindy.
Well, and that's a good way to explain the focus on discount coaches that I was trying to get across. We're still going to be signing people as discount coaches because there's still going to be people out there where it may be the only way they can afford it. It may be there are some people where if they can save $1, they'll just sign up because they can save money. Like, I mean, I do that when I go to Kohl's. I mean, I save more than I spend every time I go there, and it just makes me feel good. So those people are out there. But in general, we need to try to focus in on, you know what, if somebody's not sold on the product, sold on Beachbody, whatever, just sign them up as a customer. If they decide they want to be a coach later, like I did, then we can do that transfer at that point. It's only $40, and that's normal. It's not like it's a weird fee that they would be unexpected. So let's just focus in on that.
When I'm working on rank, I will focus a lot more on discount coaches. If I'm working on to get to Emerald or get to Diamond with one of my business centers, I really look to see if I feel like that's a right fit for them to sign up as a discount coach. And I think, okay, what do I feel in my heart? Is this person going to quit after 30 days or are they going to keep going with it? If I feel like they're a person that's going to keep going with it, I will just say, hey, I want to save you the money. This is option number one. It's going to get you the biggest savings on down the road. You're not obligated to sell anything unless you want to. We can talk about that later. I just want to save you money. It's a no-brainer kind of thing. If it's somebody that I don't know very well and I have no idea what they're going to do, then I just send them the mobile app. I do the challenge pack as a customer. So
perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go over what I wrote down. 10 things what you can do to make January count for you. So before I get started, and this is a bonus thing, this isn't one of my 10, but in order to make January count, you need to start now. It's after Christmas. Everybody's been telling us all month, I just need to get through Christmas. Well, they've got through Christmas. So it's now time to start those follow-ups. Even if they said they want to sign up in January, be contacting this week so that on January 1st or 2nd or 3rd, you are ready to make that sign up happen. Like, don't wait until January because then they're going to be saying, well, let's wait till mid-January. So start now, tomorrow, with your power hour. And that was the first thing on my list on how to make January count. Designate a power hour every day. Find that 1 hour when you are the most productive in your day. Set it aside to work on Beachbody. And then within that power hour, chunk your time. I'm going to spend 10 minutes checking in on Facebook, commenting on people's stuff, and interacting with people so I become relevant on their feeds. The next 10 minutes, I'm going to do invites. The next 10 minutes, I'm going to do follow-ups. Chunk your time out because it makes your power hour way more effective and focused. And 2, your brain just works better when you chunk time like that. It doesn't get when I first started this business, I would set my power hour aside and I would probably spend 30 minutes staring at my computer getting sidetracked. So now I literally chunk out 10 minutes or 15-minute increments of time on what I'm going to do during that power hour. And the way I came up with these 10 things is this time last year, I was a brand new coach. I had just started scratching the surface of what this business was about, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I was still working full-time, had a lot on my plate, and my commitment level was definitely there. This is about the point when I was kind of digging my heels and saying, okay, I'm going to make it happen, but I was still new. So I'm in a totally different place this year. So I'm kind of looking back on this year and saying, what worked for me? When this last year was I my most effective and most productive and making the biggest leaps in my business? And what was I doing during those times? And that's how I came up with this list. Power hour is probably the most vital because it kind of leads into number 2 is focus on your business every day. Don't let a day go by when you don't have time to focus on your business. Even if it's, I take Sundays off. I don't do I do more than a power hour. I work about 4 hours a day, but I don't do that 4 hours on Sunday, but I still take time to focus on my business because it's important. So take the time every day to remember that you have a job, it's a Beachbody coach, and that this is what you've committed to do. Sundays work really good for me too because I spend that time writing my goals. So commit to at least, and this is for people who are wanting to push their businesses forward, like move it forward. You're going to hit diamond this year. That's our goal. Commit to at least 5 invites every day. We always say invite 2 to 3 people, 2 to 5. You need to be at 5 or 10. So at least 5 if you want to push your business forward this year. So for the month of January, this is what I'm talking about. Commit right now that you are going to invite at least 5 people every single day. Double your personal development for the month of January. Whatever you've been doing, unless it's 0, because the double of 0 is 0, double it up. You should be doing 30 minutes at least. So if that's the case, then you need to be doing an hour. I have started doing that for the month of December because I felt this month was a little challenging for me and I wasn't making the progress I wanted to. And still, I still am at Success Club 4. I'll hit 6 before the end of the month. Nothing, drastic has happened, but my mind is pumped and I am ready to make even this last 6 days amazing. So personal development is so good for you if you're struggling mentally with the business. So double your personal development for the month of January. Share your story as often as you can. Be aware what your story is. If you don't know what your story is, there's a video that we can get. I can find the tag for you on how to build and share your story. Beachbody created it. We shared it the last Super Saturday. Share your story on your Facebook page. Share your story on your Instagram page. Share your story with the people that you're talking to, because that is how people connect and relate and want to be part of what you're doing. It makes you real. It makes you, just like everybody else that's struggling with fitness and health, but taking control and making things happen. So that's the part that inspires others. Identify and connect with your why. I feel like for me personally, my why has changed a couple times through this business. My why when I signed up is way different than my why right now. So you have to reconnect and identify exactly what your why is. Write it down on paper. So journal about it. That way it's in front of you. It's in black and white. You have to know that why, because that's what drives you. And so if I had not sat down and reconnected with what my why is, since it's changed, I lose motivation. I'm not as focused on the importance of making this happen. My why now is I'm home with my family and we've made insane healthy choices changes in our family. So I have to make this work because I have to be home with my kids. Going back to a job with a boss is not an option. I tried it for 2 weeks. Didn't work. Not going to happen. So I have to stay connected with that why. That's what makes me do my power hour every day. That's what makes me make it a priority to make my business work. Turn to your upline. That's what Andrea was saying earlier. You are not alone in this business. You have many active upline coaches who are ready to help you do 3-way calls, answer your questions, get you the tools that you need. If you haven't been using third-party tools, talk to Andrea and I, and we will get them. We'll show you where they're at. If you don't know where they're at, we'll share scripts on how to share them with other people. They are by far the most effective and the easiest. It takes so much work off of your shoulders. All you have to do is send them a link and Beachbody does all the work for you. And it's completely accurate. You don't find yourself stumbling over your words trying to explain why you are so passionate about this business. I don't know what video it was. It's after one of the P90X3 workouts. My husband's doing that while we're waiting for Insanity Max to get here. And I was watching one of the videos afterwards about coaching. And I literally was like, I want to be a coach. I mean, it was so motivating. I'm like, sign me up. Like, let's do this. Like, who would not watch that video and not want to sign up to be a coach? So share those tools. And I'm sure that video is available in the back office. I'd never seen that particular one before. Make a fitness goal for the month of January. If you don't have a specific fitness goal right now, you should. You're a Beachbody coach. So I know some of us have been doing the 21-day fix, and that kind of ends after 21 days. Make sure you have your next goal in mind. If it's to start a group on January 5th and do the 21-day fix for January, then set the goal. Write it down on paper so that it's written. Share it with other people so that you're accountable. Make it happen, but you should have one. If you're in between programs, set an in between program fitness goal. You want to lose 5 pounds over this much time, or you want to focus on your abs. So you're going to, do some of the ab workouts. Just have a goal, a fitness goal. Run a challenge group or participate in a challenge group with your upline coach. There should never be a time in this business when you don't have a challenge group going, because you have to have somewhere that you're adding the people you sign up. So either you're part of one or you're running one. I think everybody on our team is. We have quite a few new people that'll be watching this video later, and I know I want to make sure we get that point across to them. You can run free groups. You can run not free groups. I'm going to try to run every month some sort of free group for 7 days, whether it be clean eating, push-ups, squats, whatever. It's a good way to drive people to your page and interact with people. So always, if you have questions on how to set those up or do them, or want to be part of the ones that we're running so you can learn, just let us know. And then finally, and I'm leaving this one last on purpose, attend events. So for the month of January, we have Super Saturday coming up. We have one in Klamath and we have one in Medford. So there's no excuse anybody can't get to one of those. And you should be there, and you should bring guests. If you have coaches that you signed up, you should be encouraging them to be at that as well. It's going to be super fun. Super Saturdays always are. Plus, they're going to be announcing where the 2015 Beachbody trip is going to be. So that's a great time to bring new coaches on board, because in January, they have plenty of time to earn that trip. And for all of you guys that are fairly new coaches that didn't have that opportunity last year or this last year, find out where the trip is, commit to doing it, and help that be your driving force to get through 2015, hitting Success Club every month. Like, how cool would it be if we had all of Desert Stars, like, on whatever trip it is, ship or resort, whatever, to hang out and party with? That would be a blast. Are you kidding? So be at the events. That being said, beyond January, be at Summit if you can get to Summit. And the only reason I say if is because you might not be able to get off the wait list at this point. But get to Summit, get to Leadership if you qualify in time to go. Any other local events? I know my first year there was an event up in Portland that Molly Fair, Diana Romero, and myself drove to, just because we wanted to be attending the events. People kept telling us you have to attend events. So we did. We made a little road trip out of it. It was a blast. So be active, be involved, and be present. Plus, you're setting that example for the coaches you'll be signing up. So the comments I wanted to leave you with are to remember when you signed up. This is one thing I've thought about a lot over the last couple of days. When I signed up, what was going through my head when my coach Randy Smith was messaging me about doing T25, drinking Shakeology? I was totally skeptical, didn't want to do it. I wanted the workout, but I didn't think I'd actually commit to doing it. And that's a lot of money to spend on a workout that I'm not going to be able to finish. And I'm sure I'm not saying anything that you guys haven't heard probably this month. So remember those thoughts that were going to your head, but you still ended up committing to it. So what made you shift in your mindset and make the commitment? And then use that information. I suggest you journal about it, write it all out, because it'll help your brain finish that complete thought. And then use that information when you're talking to the people that you're trying to sign up right now. I got a lot of, frustrated messages from people in December because nobody was signing up. I mean, they're all saying next month, next month, next month. And we want to hit Success Club this month, so that doesn't help us. And so use that. Think about, what was it in your mind that made you shift to the positive? What made you take that leap? Some of you guys, I know, like Tiffany, thought about it for a couple of weeks, I think, after the time we first talked until she actually signed up. So go through that 2 weeks in your head. What was it that happened that made you say, okay, let's do it? I mean, I remember getting the message from you and I was so excited. You were like, yep, I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Now's the time. So I know specifically for Tiffany, it goes back to her why and a personal reason that she knew this was a time for her to take control and do this. That's the why you have to tap into to the people you're talking to. So if you're getting a lot of no's, not right now, I can't commit, it's because you haven't connected strong enough to the why behind the reason they're wanting to do it. And everybody has one. Some people guard it more than other people, and you can't get it out of them as easy, but everybody has one. So what it may be is they aren't ready right now, and you just need to connect more and let them follow you longer so they can say, okay, this person really can help me. She gets it, or he gets it. So that's my 2 cents, and I'm going to let Andrea add some stuff onto that, and then we will finish up the call.
Are we still on the free one where it's going to cut us off?
We are on the free one. I did subscribe to the new one. So our next call will be uncontrolled, but we'd already set this one up in the old system. So, but I think we have at least 10 minutes, right?
It looks like it.
Yeah, we have at least, I would say we have about 15 minutes.
Okay. I have some things I would jump into. What I want to do first, though, is offer, so we don't run out of time. If you have a question, go ahead and just unmute yourself and ask it, and we'll go that route and see what we come up with. If nobody has any questions, then I can talk a few minutes about some points that I have. So who has a question? Just something that we might have made you realize or think of?
If you do have one, make sure you unmute yourself. Does anybody have any questions? And now's the time to ask them. This is like, I want, especially moving forward, these calls are going to become way more interactive. You guys are going to be leading and talking, and it's going to be more conversational. So anything that's been racking your brain.
Okay, that's cool. No worries. Then what I have is a couple of from my team. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes. Okay, so a couple of people from my team posted some things that they wanted to discuss. And it seems like it all funneled into the struggles they were having related directly to the invite process, as far as people not returning messages, or having a lot of free people involved and whatnot. So let me see if I can just summarize exactly what I do. This is exactly, I do this with every single person. It doesn't matter what. I follow the 5-step invite guide that is in your back office. You can go to the Coach FAQ website and just type in invite guide, and it'll come up. Print that thing off and just read through it. I, in the beginning, almost used it word for word. Right now I have it memorized. I memorized the concept, so I don't really read it. So what it basically boils down to is I'll invite somebody by saying, hey, my total example of what I'm doing right now, I'm starting the 21-day fix myself. I'm going to do it. I haven't ever done the workouts before, so I'm doing the 21-day fix, start to finish, starting January 1st. And I'm just excited about it. So I let that go into my invite. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this. I want to see my abs. I'm ready to see my abs. What do you got going on? We've talked health and fitness before, it just depends on the person. Or I might say something like, I have absolutely no idea if you'd be interested or not, but would you be willing to hear more about it? And if you don't hear anything tonight, hear the words, hear more about it. You don't say, do you want to join me? You don't say anything like that. You say, would you like to hear more about it? When they come back, let's just say they come back and they say, yes, I'd like to hear more about it. Then you say, great, I'm so excited to tell you more. I'm honestly excited to tell you more about it. But I need to know what direction, what information to give you. So, what? No. Sorry. Give me a little bit of information as to why you want to know more. And then they'll always come back and they'll say, I've got an event, or I've got this. People love to tell you that kind of stuff. I want to lose some weight. I just had a baby. You usually attract the same type of people that have the same types of things going on in their life. So then once I get that, it just depends on the person. I just keep it really organic. And I think of if I need to go further with that and be like, yeah, me too, or whatever, you just keep it conversational. But then I lead into that third party tool. That's when I say, great, I know this program is going to get you that result. So I speak with conviction. I say, I know that's going to work for you. Do you have time to watch a 2-minute video? Do you have time to watch a 2-minute video that tells a lot more about the program? That gets then I wait for their answer, and they almost always say, yes, I've got 2 minutes. And then you say, great, here it is. I always keep, if it's the 21-day fix, that's always something I lead with because I think it's a phenomenal program. I think that people need that nutrition plan, all that sort of thing. Even though I haven't done the workouts, I have done the nutrition plan, and that's where people struggle the most. So I keep the verbiage saved on my notes on my computer, and it says, okay, great, here it is. And then there's the link to watch the video. You have 2 options with that. You can get it from your video library in your back office, or you can get it from Team Beachbody YouTube channel. And there is a nice 2-minute one. You always leave a step at the end. You don't just send them the video and walk away. You say, I'm sending you this video, here it is. Let me know, or let's see. You don't say, let you know. You say, here it is. Take a look at this brief video. I will circle, this is what I've been saying. I'll circle back around with you. Just depending on the conversation, if they're watching it right now and they say they have time, then I'll say, I'll circle back around with you in a few minutes. If I think that they have to go get dinner or whatever, I'll say, I'll circle back around with you tomorrow unless I hear back from you sooner. So a lot of people are saying, hey, people are not returning my messages. The conversation dies. I don't know how to follow up with them. You always leave a next step. That way people are expecting your message. Then the next day comes around, you can say, hey, did you have a chance to watch that video? Because you said you were going to follow up with them. They know that. You're not bugging them. A lot of times they thank you. They say, oh, thank you for following up with me. Yes, I did. I checked it out. Or they say, no, I haven't gotten time. A lot of times they say, no, I haven't gotten time. It's not like this is the most pressing thing in their life, even though they might be extremely interested in watching it. We just have to put ourselves in our place because they have lives. They have things going on with them, but it doesn't matter. You just do your job and you let them find the time to watch the video, figure out if it's right for them. So let's say that the person did watch the video. Actually, what I'll do is I'll say, let's say they said, no, I didn't have time. Because I always follow back around with that. They say, did you have time to watch that video? And they all, if they say no, then I'll say, okay, when would be a good time for you to watch it? And a lot of times they'll say, oh, right now. I'll watch it right now. And then you start it all over again. Great. I'll follow up with you in a few minutes. And then, hey, just let me know or something like that. They'll say, oh, well, I can watch it tomorrow morning. So there you have a next step. You can say, great, I'll follow up with you tomorrow morning and see how you liked it. So you just keep that going. Sometimes that'll take several days, but you never let that go until they have watched that video. If you get silence forever, something that I've been doing that's been working really well is you just say, listen, I don't want to be one of those pesky people that keep, hounding you. Is this something that it looks like is going to work for you? Or should I just circle back around with you next month? You give them this option of doing these couple of things. And then that's where you also disarm them. It's like, hey, either way is fine with me. Just talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Either way is fine with me. All I want to do is help you achieve your goals. That is so powerful. You take that pressure off from them, and they appreciate that because we are not the only company probably that's targeting them. You've got the lash people, and you've got the nail people, and you've got, this other shake and blah, 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 blah. But if you're the one that's being like, hey, I'm your friend. I know these products work. I'm using them every day. You're seeing me post about this stuff. I have confidence that this is going to work for you, but it's got to be right for you. As soon as you take that off of them, they're going to trust you. They're going to know that you aren't just trying to peddle something off of them. So that is what I feel like is the most important. Once you get through those things, that's why I'm kind of talking about that a lot more. Then once they say yes, and then I think I'm running out of time to be able to tell you how to get them signed up, but there's 2 or 3 different things that you can do from then. It's just downhill once you get that yes. But the key to remember is that you put it on your calendar, whether you write it down on a piece of paper, in your day planner, on your phone. You keep track of that person that you gave that third-party tool to, and you follow up with them every 48 hours until they tell you to fly a kite or they sign up. And they might say, they might take that easy out and go, I actually would like for you to circle back around with me next month. You put that in your calendar. When your next challenge group is starting, that just gives you a chance to build a relationship with them for the next, 30 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is. You do that. You check in with them, you like and you comment on their posts. If it's a person that you genuinely feel like you want in your group, you be friends with them. They're going to notice that, and it's going to feel so good to them. Compliment them, find things that you like about them, and that type of thing. And like I've heard Cindy say this before, the people that she's signing up now, she started doing this 6 months ago. Okay. So it's a process that you just do. That's why on number 2, she said, focus on your business every day. That is focusing on your business every day. Those are the activities that you're doing. And then pretty quick, you have people coming to you, because this is network marketing, but we're also in social network marketing. So we have the most glorious way of doing this. We have Facebook. We have these social media tools. Think about, 10 years ago when they did not have this. They had to call people on the phone and really, really eat that frog, and have that heart beating. And people were still doing it. It was working with network marketing. But look at, this is the opportunity now to be making those big bucks, to be hitting those goals that you're emotionally attached to for your family, for your finances, for your freedom. And that's how we're going to be doing it. So like we said at the beginning, we're so fired up about 2015, and we just know this is the time. Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, so we are like almost out of time, so hopefully I can wrap this up before it cuts me off. So really quick, on Tuesday. We will have a team call on Tuesday, so this is just a bonus call. And don't forget your goals. Get them posted by tomorrow night. If you don't want to post in public, email, Facebook, whatever, private message them to me. So you guys have an awesome night, and thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Andrea, for helping. I was